did I let this happen? No, seriously, how? When I first saw the script, I thought it was fine, but then this happened. Well, I guess I should clean up my mess. God dang it! You know what? No, I'm still covering Jonah, and while I'm covering you too, you steely discount-looking newbie. But before I start, I want to provide some context. Today we have Deku and Jonah Smith, one who seems to be a newcomer to the CC, and the other who has been in the CC for some time. Deku did a commentary on Jonah, who did a quickie on the Dark commentary, who did a commentary on Sonic the Dark EX, aka Pikachu, on his commentary on Doodles, on her commentary on Sonic, on his commentary on Doodle, on her commentary on Sonic when he was Pika, on his commentary on the Sonic Recolor. Well, I know one thing for sure. Doodles is having all of our heads after this. Goody. Anyway, if you already couldn't tell, I was a script checker for Jonah's video. However, even after checking it, I found some flaws and I want to touch on them along with Deku's new video. Also, to cover all the points, I have decided to not only change my avatar to represent who I'm covering, but I have also decided to add it in Jonah's original video to cover anything that was left out of Deku's video. As for my avatars in question, I'll be using Toru for Deku and Keyblade for Jonah. With that said, let's get started. Screw it, I'm following Ty and TP's footsteps. "18 seconds of anime clips. The pictures don't stick up with the song at all. I mean, for frick's sakes, even Dark Commentator's intro had better stick, and his intro is still shitty. Oh, and speaking of the song, this audio quality. I don't care what mobile device you're using, all those should have some way of getting MP3s of the song either by buying it in a music store like iTunes and Google Store, or apps like Rello Documents, FileMaster, and whatever Android users have that can use sites like Convert to MP3, KeepVid, and ClipConvert to convert videos that could give you the song in better quality than I recorded this on my phone. Also, you saw him label Akko as Suki Chico. How you managed to not remember Akko's name is beyond me, but clearly this shows either some form of lack of fact-checking, or, if you did know Akko's name, not checking out over the video before you released it. Also, Akko is mine and mine alone. The fact that you stole her from me is a bad and you should feel bad about it. Also, there is no flow to his intro. Sections just come and go. What, was using even one transition too hard for you? And reading. And this intro just ends abruptly with no payout. Great. Wonderful. Outstanding. Have a cookie. Also, this intro does not have a Yokai Watch reference.
Hey, young blood, doesn't it feel like our time is running out?
Take it from the top. 28 seconds of anime. While not as bad as Deku, the syncing is still a little off, mainly when you're introducing Dark Commentary. Like, it's not so bad to where it's on the levels of the can intro Blasty did, but it's just obvious that my low tier Ty, like anything Ahohe over here, can notice. Also, can you next time use outlines for your text, since it's really hard to see the text, especially when the red color of the text kinda blends in with the background at some points. Though, just to be nice, I'm removing a sin for the good Fall Out Boy song. I blame my boyfriend's influence on me. That said, I still have to read. Also, this intro still doesn't have a Yokai Watch reference. Oh, come on! I was even trying to remix it a bit!
Speaking of jarring, you used to make your background for the intro card Sonic the Dark EX's intro. Did you really not think that would be distracting at all? It's made even worse because it looks like some of the PNGs of Metal Sonic are fused, and when the text shows up, it shows the names of both of them at the same exact time. And what is might just be a nitpick inside of a nitpick? Really, you couldn't find any PNGs of Doodle's avatar? You had to find the one with a white background that's kind of distracting?
You're right, this is a nitpick. It's not even the level of a nitpick. It's so small of an issue that it's not even a problem with the video.
Actually, one could make the argument that having a background behind the pics could be seen as a flaw in Dark Commentator's production, especially since he could have easily used photo editing software like GIMP and Paint.net to mask the image, or look up pictures of Doodletone's OC without the background. I mean, Doodle has posted pics of her OC on Twitter plenty of times, and while it would take a while to search for them on Twitter, it's not exactly impossible. Heck, here's a picture I managed to grab just by looking up Doodletone's Elizabeth and scrolling for a bit. Is it a tiny issue? Yes, but it's still an issue that Dark Commentator could have easily fixed.
Quack, quack. Yep, you got me. You sure showed me, because I am meaningless little joke about Tamashi who broke his shitty top 5 Pikachu's list, and I must be a bad person.
I was talking about that because in the past you have bullied me before. So that's why I wanted to get that off my chest before I started the commentary.
Cyberbullying isn't real, just turn off the fucking monitor.
Okay, let me explain to you everything wrong with this point. First off, if cyberbullying didn't exist, well then, I guess that means I get this perfect non-existent definition then, can't I? Cyberbullying, or cyber-harassment, is a form of bullying or harassment in electronic forms of contact. But you might want to pretend that the cyberbullying isn't a thing when there's so many things to prove you wrong. Squad on YouTube videos. You're gonna find that one person insulting the content creator for arbitrary reasoning. What are some examples of cyberbullying? Oh, one comes to mind. The Steven Universe fanbase. You want to know what they did? Well, I'll tell you. But after a fan art because I didn't draw the characters correctly, that points of sending death threats. Freaking death threats! And the result? The poor bully that committed suicide. The fusion of comments is a cheap, underhanded tactic to make weak-minded people feel stronger when they really aren't. Ooh, how about the Fire Emblem fanbase? Doxing people who like their precious waifu for being another character in a bullying gauntlet? But no, that ain't cyberbullying. They're just an unfortunate coincidence because cyberbullying does not exist. How about looking up cyberbullying suicide online? You'll find some numbers and spoilers. It's more than freaking one. And better yet, how about some experience? Okay, so my school goes to some anti-bullying speech. You know what half of the speech is dedicated to? What? No, not that. What the heck are you thinking of? No, cyberbullying. Now before you say, ugh, cyberbullying doesn't exist. Tell me why a school of all things would be talking about something that wouldn't exist and to listen to students. Kill yourself. This video is yeah, not finishing that word. All examples of cyberbullying is harassing others, and just try telling me those type of comments don't exist online. I double dare you, mother sucker. Sending sexual photos on the harassment thing. Spreading rumors getting phones is all the more common nowadays. Need I go on when you're feeling stupid yet? Actually, no. Feel stupid. You should feel very, very stupid.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but your whole entire point here misses the entire point of what he was trying to say with his segment. You can tell by the fact that he said just turn off the monitor that he was talking about how it's not really that big of an issue. Not that it doesn't exist at all.
You say, as you show in your own video, Dark Commentator say, and I'm repeating word for word, cyberbullying isn't real, just turn off the fucking monitor. Basically saying that cyberbullying just doesn't somehow exist. Open up your ears, you can't be this deaf to not hear that. Also, if cyberbullying isn't that big of an issue, then tell me. Why is it when I look up cyberbullying on Google, does the first page give me sites explaining why cyberbullying isn't a big issue? Better yet, why are there movies covering this topic like 2011 Cyberbully, 2015 Cyberbully, and Wasted on the Young, just to name a few? The fact that you and Dark Commentator are somehow implying that cyberbullying isn't that big of an issue when there are plenty of evidence to the contrary is so mind-boggling that I'm even reassured that Lily P wouldn't say that. And that was someone who told people to punch their bullies to make them go away. So when I could say that Lily P was smarter than you on the subject of bullying, that is saying something.
Quack, quack. Well, happy Vietnam flashbacks for all.
Well, you people, please, stop making fun of the Vietnam War! And you find it funny that people lost their lives in that war? What's wrong with you?
Okay, fine. I was in the wrong. You're right. I clearly should have said happy World War II flashbacks for all. Would have been much more tasty.
I have a friend who is sensitive to those jokes. Oh my god. Imagine you were in that war.
Kid, calm yourself. Just because you have one friend that's a bit sensitive to that doesn't mean no one's allowed to make a joke about that. Let me use this as an example. I have a friend who's sensitive to Sonic. He really doesn't like Sonic. So no, nobody's allowed to talk about Sonic. No one's allowed to mention Sonic. Is that okay?
And just when I thought this video couldn't get any worse... Doc, how dense are you? You had a point right in front of you and you missed it. You know what you could have done to debunk Pikachu? Bring up an example of a Doc joke. But nope, something inside that tiny brain of yours thought to yourself, Hoop-de-doop, let me compare this to Sonic, something that's completely unrelated, and doesn't make a good comparison in the slightest. Like, dog jokes. People get easily offended by that. That's realistic. People being offended by Sonic? Shut up.
And now we come to the actual reason why I wanted to cover Jonah's com. Story time! So as stated before, I was the script checker for this quickie. However, I didn't check this point. At all. Allow me to explain. When I first saw the script, it was just the point Jonah made on cyberbullying. And seeing as how both me and him were discussing this while he made the script, I looked over the script and thought it was fine. Then later, before Jonah released his video, I was in a conversation with my buddy Fyro for Victory over here, and decided to come back to the script to find that Jonah made a new point about the intro. However, However, I didn't see much wrong with it and just left Jonah to his devices while I went to mine. So imagine my surprise when I saw this comment come out and I heard this. A point that wasn't in the script both times I saw it. Now, I don't know how this happened. Maybe you forgot to add it in, it was last minute, maybe I missed some message, maybe you didn't notify me about this point to check it, but Jonah, why did you not check in to see if I actually looked over every point that you made? Especially since this point in particular is really stupid. Like, Dark's main point was that just because one person is sensitive to something, that doesn't mean people can't still talk about it. It doesn't matter that Sonic is not the same as Dark. Dark humor. For all you know, maybe there is a very, 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 very tiny percentage of people who are somehow sensitive to the topic of Sonic because potatoes or something. That still doesn't change the fact that people shouldn't be banned from talking about Sonic because of that tiny amount. Just like how Doodle shouldn't be banned from dark humor because one friend of Pcuspard is sensitive to the joke. Honestly, Jonah, it would have been better to not have this point in the video. Welcome to Oops, I Made a Whoopsie, the totally non-ripped off from Doodletone's post point. So, fun fact, while this was still being done in the editing process, Doodletone's video on the same target just came out, so I decided to watch it. And I kind of sort of missed the point of Jonah's point. Jonah was basically saying that because of the shaky as heck comparison of Dark humor towards Sonic, that Dark's point was flawed. That being said, Jonah, your wording is still freaking you over. Seriously, the way you word this thing, it made it seem like the entire point was bad because of this comparison. Not that it was flawed. The main point still stands that Doodletone shouldn't be banned from Dark humor because one person, one measly little person, went ahead and got sensitive to her joke. Honestly, the best way to put it is like, why did you make that comparison? It's shaky at best as there is an actual reason for people to be offended by dark humor, whereas no one could really truly be offended by Sonic unless, I don't know, potatoes or something happened. Really, Jonah, just word yourself better next time, okay? Okay. And since that's about it from both of you, I'm going to my final thoughts. Deku, I can tell from your voice that you're a kid, so I'm going to try and keep this as nice as I can, but to put it bluntly, this video sucked. Your presentation is so far that it makes Pika actually look better than you. Work on syncing the pictures, maybe even getting a few more pictures in higher quality, and overall check your stuff before you upload it. Then and getting people to check your scripts and maybe opening your ears for 5 minutes would help too. Also, I noticed that you seem to rush out videos. Please don't. It can lead to you making more bad videos than good, and overall it's okay to take a break in order to produce some of the best videos out there. Jonah, I will say that this video is much better than some of the stuff you've been a part of. However, you still have a ways to go. Get more people to check your scripts. While I appreciate the fact that you seem to trust me that much, I honestly feel like it would be better if you had more than one person check your stuff. Trust me, I know. That and next time make sure that someone checks all of your points, otherwise you could have something like that last point you made, and that's not going to end well. Aside from that, I don't have anything else to say. This is Oz of 101, and I need to get back to my Ozzy X pod. See ya!